So thank you so much for joining and welcome to the Entrepreneur Dialogue. Always one of the most exciting parts of a Wi-Fi event is actually speaking with the entrepreneurs from the MENA region. And this session is about building an e-commerce enabled business. And we have three very interesting women business owners to chat with you today. And they're all at different stages of their e-commerce journey. So welcome. My name is Komal Mohindra. I work for the World Bank in Washington, D.C. And on the other end is my colleague.
Yes, hi everyone. Thanks, Komal. I'm Mariam Aitali Sliman. I work for the World Bank as well. And together with Komal, we co-lead a project that aims at facilitating women's access to new markets through e-commerce platforms, right? So just a quick word, why e-commerce and why e-commerce for women? Simply because women face obstacles that usually men don't face. Literature has shown that businesswomen usually have smaller business network, access to lower investment, access to smaller markets, and e-commerce can be a way for them to overcome these obstacles and access bigger markets, larger markets, online. If you look at Taobao villages and Taobao e-commerce platform, for instance, half of the SMEs on this e-commerce platform are led by women. And this is not the case offline in China. So there's something about e-commerce that's very interesting for women entrepreneurs, and that's why we are here today to discuss this topic with our star entrepreneurs.
Yes, so welcome to them. I'm going to turn it over to them. And for each of them, can you please tell us your name, where you're from, and what is your business? A little bit about your business. So, Yasmin, you want to start, please?
Hi, my name is Yasmin Al-Mihiri. I'm from Egypt. My business is Kushies. Kushies is a platform online. It's an e-commerce platform, but we don't just sell online. We actually produce our own products. We work with artists, pattern makers and illustrators back home in Egypt who hand draw our exclusive designs. We take those designs, digitally print them on different fabric, and we do a line for the home. So we have things like cushions and table linens. We do travel accessories, and we also do stationery and gifts. So things like laptop sleeves or travel organizers and so forth. Our products are hand sewn by NGOs that support women and children. And we sell both online, and we actually distribute through retailers and in open markets and bazaars back home. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Lara Shaheen. I'm from Syria. I came to Jordan because of the war, so I'm working with the refugees, Syrian refugees inside Jordan. My project is to help them to empowering economically by developed hair skills, and we do products handmade products, and in the field of cosmetic and crochet, and we work on sewing machine. So I produce two services, one service online by Airbnb company, and the other platform, and the products, the final products, I sell it online. So I help or support more than 40 ladies to reach or access this market, and I have two leadership. They going from Giron, and they make a special platform for them and start making e-commerce alone. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hannah from Algeria. I am the founder of Mabox Alger, which that I found in 2015 after spending 7 years in the pharmaceutical industry. I remember I was watching a TV show about people who cutting everything to start a new life, and I was waiting for the opportunity to live by my passion. So the very next day my box was born. I was always passionate for. I have a passion for all handcraft items and products. So I just think about the way we can enhance our handcraft in Algeria and our art and artisan. I figured that it would be the best thing to do to highlight the Algerian craft items and products. I decided to mix up in the ready-to-offer box. So today we have three departments. We have the gift conception, We organize fair and exhibition, and we do some events and create some ambience with the handcraft and artisan person. The main impact of Mabox is to promote Algerian craft efficiently. For example, we sponsor one craft woman per event. So this is Mabox Algeria.
So thank you to all of you. And Hannah, can I ask you, so with Mabox, you mentioned you have a few different divisions.
Yeah.
So the gift boxes, how are you selling them right now? Are you doing anything online?
First, we start by selling it in our website. And then in Algeria, e-commerce and e-payment is not very developed. So customer had fees, high fees for delivery, and we can't buy and we sell. So we don't have e-payment. So we pay cash on delivery.
Okay.
So nowadays we have two platforms that are interesting for our products. So we still sold them in those platforms, but our website is closed because we impact the customer in the high fees to deliver.
So which are the two platforms?
There's
e-commerce
Batolis.com and etnis.net.
Okay. And you use those, but you do cash on delivery through the e-commerce.
We have a specific marketing strategy in Algiers that we go through
Social network,
social network, Instagram and Facebook, and the customer prefer coming directly to us by Facebook and Instagram, ask us how is it, how much, and we deliver it after this.
Interesting, and I'm sure similar situation in many countries as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, Hannah. What about you, Yasmin? You said you were selling your products online. What has been your experience with e-commerce through your website or maybe other platforms and social media?
So we sell on our own website. We decided not to go onto other e-commerce platforms because we wanted to build a brand. So we felt that distributing the product too much on different platforms would dilute the brand. But like Algeria, and I think everywhere in the MENA region, cash on delivery is king, and ordering through social media is king. So most of our sales, actually 75% of our sales are through Instagram. You'd put a picture, people would ask you, and the traditional question is HM, which means how much, and available, which means is it available now for delivery or do you need to pre-order? And then you would start a conversation with one of our moderators, and once confirmed, we would prepare an order for the courier to pick up and deliver, collect the cash, and give it back to us.
So despite the development of solutions like Fawry, etc., it's still mostly cash on delivery in Egypt, right? Because of trust, you would say? What's holding back customers?
I think trust, I think accessibility, because a big chunk of our customers, I'd say maybe 30% of our customers are college students. So for them, cash would be the easiest. On the website, which is approximately 10% of the sales, it's always by credit card.
Okay,
we have
a payment module on your website.
Yes.
And everything. Okay, nice. What about you, Lara, in terms of payment? Situation in Jordan, is also evolving in terms of e-payment. Is it mostly cash on delivery in your case too?
No, I can't use the cash on delivery because a lot of my customers it's outside Jordan. So I have to make a contract with the intermediate company, but they take fees. So this is a challenge for me because it's the product it's small and cheap. So when you add the fees of intermediate company and the shipment, so it's instead of $5 you must pay $10. So it's
too expensive.
yes, it's too expensive to me. But I try all the time to make big packages. So if you buy like a package $100, so I pay $10. So it's the same if it's small or big. So I all the time make a big packages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're an exporter. Your clients are abroad, outside of
Yes.
Jordan.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them about the product, but about our services, it's like all the tourists who visit Jordan, they booking online to make experience, like soap experience or crochet experience. So it's easy. They can pay cash or they can pay by Airbnb, and also they take $10 for each one. But it's okay because I take $35, for example. So this is easy for me because the customer, when they visit me, they make experience and they see our product, so they can sell it direct from my showroom.
They buy it
Yes.
directly from your showroom.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. What are the countries you export to?
America, Canada, Germany, UK.
Is it to Syrian communities in those countries? This is how you find the market?
No, this is the Germany or the American. It's not for Syrian.
Nice. Okay, and through your website, that's how you market your products?
I don't have a website. I have a Facebook page. But as I told you before, I make a contract with many platforms like Sharqi Shop. We treat with us. They put my products on her page because I don't build a brand like Yasmin. But in near future, my second stop or now, my website is under construction. So maybe in 2 months I will do it.
Nice.
On the payments question?
A payment question. So we have two kind of customers. So two categories. First is the corporate customer. We work with the purchase order, and the payment is by check.
Okay.
And for the individual, it's different. So we pay on cash on delivery. So we don't have a choice. We can deal with other things. When sometimes we have to take an advance, so they must go to at the bank and make a deposit. It's hard.
Yeah.
But like Lara, our website, I hope when e-commerce will be open, we can deal with this and work more further.
And Lara, can I ask you, for your overseas customers, have you tried using any of the big international e-commerce platforms? Do you use Etsy or Amazon or
Actually, until now, no, but just Airbnb. But it's not just for e-commerce. It works like an hotel. The people booking room. But from 2 years, they start with the entrepreneurs in the Middle East to make like spotlight our what we do or what we serve. So all the tourists interesting about the additional experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yasmin, you want to add?
Yes, because the international platforms like Etsy or Amazon and stuff, they are not opened in all countries.
Right.
So, for example, we investigated going on Amazon. Like there is Souq in Egypt, which is part of the Amazon network. But all of those require that you have bank accounts or payment methods abroad. So for them to deliver the money.
Yes.
To transfer the money, which becomes an issue when you're a local or a startup, when you're a small company.
And are you seeing any companies finding solutions around that in order to access the platforms?
I don't see any third parties solving this, but there are third parties solving. For example, we have a network of couriers that offer international deliveries. We're seeing a lot of people fixing the payment, so hence is why we can be able to sell abroad as well. We have growing. We have a lot of orders in the GCC and in Europe.
Okay.
Especially around Christmas times, because a lot of our items are gifts. But it's accessing international platforms that's a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we stay with digital marketing and accessing platforms, so you say you all use social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and it works very well. I'm sure there are WhatsApp groups. So do you consider this as a second best solution because you cannot access this big e-commerce platform, or you think it's very convenient and that's the future of e-commerce in the region? What are your thoughts on this? And if you aspire to access e-commerce platforms, which ones will be interesting for you? And what are the obstacles you face currently to access those platforms?
For me, for the future, I want to do my own platform, of course, because Mabox is a business, but a social company to highlight the handcraft. So we had to to convey the customer in the concept, to know the concept, to know what are we doing, who do this product and this product. So for us, it's easier to have our own platform to convert them.
So your own website to
Yeah.
talk about your company, your
Exactly.
aspirations,
Your
and
aspiration,
your service.
our conviction, and to highlight the craft women and men who lives in the villages who are not known. So this the opportunity for them in the platform, in our platform, to be known.
But then to access bigger markets abroad, are you interested, for instance, in Amazon Handmade, Etsy, this kind of website specialized in handicrafts?
Yes, of course, but not to do e-commerce, but maybe for marketing, for our visibility in an international. Not to. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe it will make commerce, but it's only for visibility. Yes, we are.
But
interested.
you haven't tried yet,
Yeah.
right? Okay. What about you, Lara and Yasmin?
Actually, yes, I think to put my products in Amazon because I like the way how he attribute.
They present the product.
Yes, it's a very amazing way because they put all the description, the small details, and that's what I need to my product because I have a very detailed product. So I think to make that, but as my friend says, when the cash payment, it's we find solutions. So it's very easy to reach Amazon and Alibaba. Also, they take care about. It's like my job. They take a lot of handmade products. They take care about who the beneficiaries, like Syrian women. So I hope that. But now I do my own platform. I start with this, so I can see after 1 year maybe how it's work. It's okay or not okay. What can I do? Yes.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Yasmin?
For us, no, we do not aspire to become on other platforms. We're happy growing our own audience. We do a range of marketing activities. So yes, there is social media marketing, but we also do events. So those are offline because the customers get the experience of touching the product, seeing the quality, and hence building the relationship so that they go online with confidence. And we've always seen a rise in online orders after a single-day event. It's incredible. But the trust factor is building up. But also, one of the other reasons we don't sell on other platforms is we are upper middle brand, whereas most platforms around me in Egypt are mass market. So they always compete on price, where we compete on quality. So there is no. It's like hurting yourself. Other things that we do is that we sometimes inject content on online platforms or in print magazines. So it's content marketing or PR. And we also see that this builds over time. It doesn't answer. It's not like events. Events you see the curve going up quickly. With content, it's like people getting used to seeing the brand. So over time, they start feeling it's a big brand. We like those products. We want parts of it.
And your market is essentially Egyptian so far?
No, I would say 85% Egypt, but we have 15% international.
With your website, you're able to reach international audience already?
Well, actually, the international audience came... they have to buy on the website because they have to pay using credit card, so that's a fact. But we've realized that it grows word of mouth. So maybe like either Egyptians living abroad or foreigners, expats living in Egypt who have traveled back to their countries and told their friends. So because we've never actually spent marketing money on spending outside Egypt.
Interesting.
So it was interesting.
So I think we have time if there are maybe 2 questions from the audience, if anybody wants to ask. And please come up. You can take the mic.
Hi. So my question is about export and solution for international payment. Do you think that diaspora from your countries have a role, a mission to play, to be the intermediate and the first trustful community to export your brands and products to Europe and USA, Canada. For all of this.
Okay. Whomever wants to respond to the question.
Yeah, I can. So, yes, our diaspora is the mirror of our product, because for me, we represent Algerian products. So the diaspora all over the world had to enhance our brand and our product, because it's not enhance our company, it's enhance our craftsmen and craftwomen. So yes, I think it can be
A lever.
a lever. Wow. Thank you.
So just to, do you think that funding for diaspora from our country must be developed to this e-commerce purpose?
The diaspora have to be convinced before.
Convinced, yeah.
Convinced. Okay, sorry for my English. But yes, I think they should be. They should be know how the difficulties that we have in Algeria to sell before national market and the international market. We don't have visibility, any visibility.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Is it you here? Okay. I have a question. I noticed that three of you have a challenge with regulation and e-payment. Did you think before, to grow up your company and scale it up, to open a branch abroad where there is a comfortable regulation, so you can have like a platform of selling. So then you produce for the country, but then you have a company that is established in a country like Dubai or any other country, so you can facilitate the payment online, because this is the only way to scale up your companies.
Yes, it's a good solution, but give us money.
Then funding.
For me, it's not solution, because we do tailored gift. So we can tailor gift from Dubai to Algeria and send it in United States of America. It's specific. It depends on the product.
It's only the payment.
No. Even for the payment.
The production goes directly to the
But it's not an industrial production. It's a handmade production, and it's tailored gift. So we do it. It's personalized, and it's an artistic gift. Even the gift, the boxes are an artistic work. So it's.
I think the question was about basically avoiding the national obstacles and receiving your payment in another country. And actually, it's Yasmin, I'll let you respond, but then it's a good segue for next session. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I think the payment for us is not the problem. It's the access to international channels. I've had a company before. This is my second company. My first company was actually an international company with a branch in Egypt to overcome the legislation problems and that happen. I think when you're creating a product, you have the hassle of working with a product as a startup. You don't want to deal with legal entities and things running things and owning things. It would be good if you're doing something virtual, but physical products is a huge amount of work.
Thank you very much. I think that your question was a good segue to this afternoon's technical session, which is a 2 hours long session we have at 1:30 p.m. in Mina As Salam. It will be, so we'll co-lead it with Komal, but it will feature our e-commerce expert from our partner, International Trade Center. James, you want to say a word about the session?
Yes, thank you ladies very much. Very interesting. I hope you can come this afternoon and we can have an exchange on these topics. So if you want to speak to them some more, please come at 1:30. We'll have a couple of hours, and there we'll do a mini training. We should be modest about what we can train you on in an hour and a half, 2 hours. There'll be a lot of interesting themes. We'll touch all the different requirements that you need to be successful in e-commerce. We'll begin with a little assessment so you can assess your own level of readiness. And then we'll explore the different themes in that you've touched on here, things like using social media for e-commerce and this issue of payments and market access to some of these platforms. So if you want to come back, find us at 1:30. Hopefully there'll be a nice interactive session and we'll be there to answer your questions.
And Phil, there's limited space, so I think we'll cap it at about 30. And if you want the room details, I'll leave them on the table here. And with that, maybe we can thank our three entrepreneurs. Thank you very much for sharing your story and for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you.